this is Tisha Abundo, your host for today's episode. It feels good to be back in this ground where I spent almost 3 years of my significant period as Commissioner of the Philippine Sports Commission. More than that, it is a pleasure to be a symbol of a woman who has adopted a fun and fit lifestyle through the years. You see, I am now on my 70s and a granny to 3 beautiful kids. But I bet you, I'm always happy in spite of life's challenges. And I can still walk faster than anyone now. Why? Simple. From being an athlete for about 50 or so years ago up to now, this day, my mind, emotion, and body are always in tune with what is positive, beautiful, and peaceful in life. And to the women in their senior years, please remember that we are models of the young generation. As models, we need to be always a symbol of a healthy lifestyle sa isip at sa katawan. We have invited some experts to share to us exciting, important information and reminders that getting old in age must not be a reason to feeling old. Before we give them to you, let's relax and listen to another kwento of Commissioner Celia Kiram.
Ang aking babahaging kwento sa inyo ngayon ay ang mga pinakamatandang nangungunang atleta sa mundo. Alam niyo ba na ang edad ay hindi hadlang sa sport? Ating kilalanin ang mga ilang kababaihang atleta na nagtagumpay sa larangan ng sport. Kilalanan natin si Nancy Elizabeth Lieberman. 50 years old siya nang siya ay binangsagang Lady Magic. Isa siyang Amerikanong dating professional na basketball player at coach sa Women's National Basketball Association o WNBA at head coach siya ng Power, isang koponan sa Big 3 na pinamumunuan niya sa 2018 championship nito. Si Lieberman ay itinuturing na isa sa mga pinakadakilang figure sa American women's basketball. Alam niyo ba na si Oksana Alexandrovna Chusovitina ay naglalaro pa ng gymnastics sa edad na 49? 8 beses na siyang sumali sa Olympic Games para sa Soviet Union, Uzbekistan at Alemanya. Alam niyo ba na si Martina Navratilova ay isang Czechoslovakian at Amerikanong dating professional na manglararo ng tennis at coach hanggang edad 46? Isa siya sa pinakadakilang manlararo ng tennis sa buong mundo. Nanalo si Navratilova ng 18 Grand Slam singles title, 31 major women's doubles title at 10 major mixed doubles title. Alam niyo ba na si Claudia Pengstein ang pinakamatandang babaeng Winter Olympian sa edad na 49? At naging pinakamatandang babaeng Winter Olympian nang sumabak siya sa 3,000 meter speed skating sa 2022 Winter Olympics. Si Claudia ay ipinanganak noong taong 1972 sa Germany. Meron na siyang 9 na Olympic medals, 5 gold, 2 silvers, at 2 bronzes. Nagsimula si Claudia sa figure skating sa edad na 3 at lumipat sa speed skating sa edad na 9. Alam niyo ba na ang pinakamatandang atleta sa Tokyo Olympics ay ang 66 years old na lola na sa Mary Hannah ng Australia. Ipinanganak noong December 1, 1954. Si Lola Mary Hannah, isa siyang equestrian at kinatawan nila ang Australia sa 5 Olympic Games sa equestrian discipline of dressage taong 1996, 2000, 2004, 2012, 2016, 2020, sa taong 66 years old sa 2020 Games sa Tokyo. Diyan nagwawakas ang kwento tungkol sa pinakamatandang nangungunang atleta sa mundo. Muli, ito ang inyong Commissioner Kiram na walang sawang maghahatid ng kwentong kababaihan, kwento para sa kaalaman at karunungan sa sport.
Not at your best? You may be dehydrated. You need Pocari Sweat. It replaces the electrolytes you've lost and helps you perform at your best. Be at your best with Pocari Sweat. Pocari Sweat.
Maraming salamat, Commissioner Kiram, sa isa na namang na-share na kaalaman sa ating mga viewers. Bago natin tawagin ang mga experts, pakinggan natin ang ilang kababaihan na nag-share ng kani-kanilang mga sekreto upang manatiling masaya at malusog ang pangangatawan.
Siyempre, dapat ang approach, di ba, ng retirement holistic pa rin siya, di ba? Dapat may physical, may emotional, social, spiritual, and intellectual. I would suggest that, advice ko lang, please continue your physical activity after retirement. Alam mo, meron lang akong regret kasi ako, medyo after my retirement, sabi ko, wow, every day I was in the gym, I was there doing this, at tapos ang mga kinakain ko. So medyo sabi ko, hindi muna ako mag-gym. So medyo nag-gain weight ako. So that was my biggest regret. Dapat hindi. As you age, the more dapat mas fit ka. So mahirap na humabol. So always continue with your physical activity. As you age, you go probably walking, stretching is very important, and kung pwede mag-gym, why not, no? And eat healthy food, siyempre, yun lagi ang sinasabi. The PSC would give us a list of the food that we have to take, which is healthy. So please continue following that list, and drink a lot of water, hydrate. That is very important. And also take all your vitamins. Ako, I take B, C, D, magnesium, calcium. Ang dami kong iniinom na vitamins, puro supplement. Kakatawa, no? Kasi as you age, the more you should have this supplement. And also take plenty of sleep. Ngayon, since I'm always in the room, medyo madami-dami yung sleeping ko. I sleep a lot. And keep your mind active. Ang ginawa ko sa akin to keep myself active, yung mga pinapanood ko K-drama kasi may subtitles. So, diba, pag pinabasa mo yung subtitle, active pa rin yung mind mo, hindi lang naka-focus sa movie. So, that's what I do. Pag other times naman, what I do is, meron ko wordscape sa aking mobile. So, I do wordscape. So, to keep my mind active. And also, I read the Bible. Yun basically, I would suggest that they do. Tapos, of course, pray unceasingly because it's only with your connection with God that you will have less stress. That is, so that you won't be worry-free. Hang on to Jesus. And please regularly meet with your family, laugh a lot, and smile a lot. Kahit na during this pandemic, kahit na ang feeling mo, may pag-asa ba or what, depressing, di ba? Pero try to overcome it by smiling a lot. If you're with friends, di ba, usually chit-chat, tawanan. Even by video call, get in touch with them. And siguro have a skincare routine. As you age, para walang wrinkles. Diba?
Wow!
So, yung basically ang ma-advise ko sa kanila. Sana we get through with this pandemic. Sana sporting activities will be back. And hopefully everything will be fine in God's time.
I will start with the only 5 steps and then continue to explain the 5 steps to age gracefully. It's very easy because A, B, C, D, E. You just have to know your alphabets. A, accept your responsibilities. Acknowledge that you are all in charge of your mind and embrace the power of your mind. Now, B, believe. Believe you are here for a reason or purpose and live for that reason, that you are special and someone who is loved by God. C, number 3 is C, choices. Make choices. This is to be done even if it's very difficult. Even if that choice is very difficult and depart from what you want in life. But if it's good for you, you take that choice. And D is detachment. Do not have detachment. Do not expect detach from sharing. Just want what you have. Don't detach yourself to things that you cannot have. Then you will not be happy. And E is enjoyment. Enjoy whatever you do. Like all of you are doing this video. Enjoy it. Enjoy your relations, your friends, your life. Enjoy, and then and always be happy. That's what I say. Keep your smile, leave the tension, feel the joy, hold the peace, leave the pain, and always be happy. That is a way to always age gracefully. If you are not happy, it will be seen in your face. I say, you know Jack LaLanne, the exercise guru way back. Maybe you guys don't even know Jack LaLanne, but Jack LaLanne said, exercise is the king, nutrition is the queen, and you have a kingdom of health and wellness with exercise and nutrition. There's nothing you cannot do. You have the power of the mind. For me is very important. When you need these 5 different steps to get there, all of us are uniquely different and we all need to take the right steps. Make exercise a way of your life. And even if you're depressed, if you have stress, put music that you love the most, and you will be happy, and then just to remove that stress from you. And I will tell you, the sickness industry is reactive. Despite its enormous size, people become customers only when they are stricken by and react to a specific condition or ailment. No one wants to be a customer of the sickness industry. Now, the wellness business industry is proactive. People voluntarily become customers to feel healthier, to reduce the effects of aging, and to avoid becoming a customer of the sickness business and to prevent from developing in the first place. And what's changing in our lives now is the wellness revolution to keep us healthy and happy all the time. Okay?
Good morning. Ako pala si Ana Lucio. Ang everyday routine ko, ganito, pagising sa umaga. Unang-una, syempre, dapat nagpapasalamat tayo kay Lord na iningatan tayo sa pagdamag. Then, gawa na tayo sa gumagawa sa bahay. Kung hindi magwalis, ganito, mag-ipon ng tuyong dahon. Meron nagluluto para sa pananghalian ng mga anak ko. Ganyan ang ginagawa ko. Para naman maging masaya. Ang banding namin mag-video na actually mag-video, okay. Sumayaw. Nakakadamay na rin sa TikTok. Isa rin yung para maging healthy yung katawan natin. So, dahil may edad na tayo, yung ginagawa natin sa buhay ay para lang mapanatili malusog yung ating mga katawan. Dapat kumakain tayo ng healthy foods. Pati yung like, yung mga gulay, prutas, dapat ganyan. Iwasan yung mga hindi nakakatulong para maging healthy.
Ako bilang senior citizen, ang ginagawa ko para sa aking kalusugan, sa umaga, siyempre pagising, magpasalamat sa Panginoon at uminom ng mainit-init na tubig pag walang kape. At ito, ginagawa ko maglinis sa aming bakuran at magdilig sa mga halaman. Madami akong halaman. Pagkatapos nito, maglakad-lakad, papuntang cruising, pabalik, at may mga masalubong na mga kapitbahay, siyempre nag-hi, makipag-usap, yun lang, at para masaya ang puso mo, yun ang ginagawa ko.
Sekreto ko upang manatiling masaya at malusog ang pag-iisip at pangatawan ko. Ngayon ay lagi akong naglalakad tuwing umaga. Iniwasan ko lagi nag-iisip ng mga problema at lagi akong nakikipag-usap sa mga mahal ko sa buhay at nakikinig rin ako ng music. Sinisigurado ko din na magkaroon ng sapat ng tulog at kumain ng sustansyang pagkain.
Para sa akin, stay away from toxic people, avoid any kind of arguments, and exercise regularly, think happy thoughts. Also, eat healthy foods, but sometimes give yourself a treat that would stimulate your cravings. In some ways, also, you can be able to give helping hand to those people who are in need of anything that you can share. Also, provide yourself with or surround yourself with people whom you love, especially your family and your friends. And most of all, focus yourself to Jesus and His promises in the Bible. That's all. Have a happy life.
Ano nga ba ang tamang ehersisyo o physical fitness activities para sa katulad kong hindi nabata? Let's welcome Miss Neva Bam Mogato.
Miss Bam Mogato started as a group exercise instructor noong 1989. Since then, she had expanded to personal training and added other group fitness formats to her repertoire. She is a graduate of Certificate in Sports from the College of Human Kinetics, UP Diliman, and has been a certified group fitness instructor since 2000. Bukod pa dito, she also has other teaching-related certifications including being a Bar 3 certified teacher na nagsimula pa noong 2009 and a certified kettlebell teacher since 2011. Let us all welcome Ms. Bam Mogato.
Usapan natin ngayon ay ang ating mga goals as an active ager, kung ano po yung ating ifo-focus na as compared to the younger ones, medyo mag-iiba po tayo ng kaunti dito. At saka kung ano po yung mga pwede natin gawin para ma-achieve natin yung ating goals. At bago tayo matapos, I would like to give you hopefully some tips that would be useful at beneficial para maging ligtas din ang exercise na natin na gagawin. Ang goal po natin sa simula ay magkaroon ng mataas na kalidad ng buhay. Ang quality of life po, kalidad ng buhay, is basically the definition of being healthy. Okay? Ang ibig sabihin po nun, ma-enjoy natin yung buhay natin na sana malayo sa sakit at malayo sa mga discomforts na nabibigay ng pagkakaroon ng aging. Everyone age. Hindi naman tayo bumabata. Ang mobility po o yung pagkilos na maginhawa at may kumpiyansa sa sarili. So may confidence tayong gumalaw, hindi tayo natatakot kasi alam natin yung kayang gawin ng ating katawan at saka may awareness tayo doon. At isa pang importanteng goal ko ngayon para sa inyo is makita na ang exercise ay hindi kailangan maging complicated. It can be simple. Alright? Ang mga dapat natin gawin ay tsan-tsararan. Una-una, ang cardiovascular exercises, ang resistance exercises na para sa function, at ang mobility at flexibility exercises, also known as stretching. Pero para maging mas specific po, mobility at flexibility ang gagamitin ko words. At saka maayos na nutrition plan. Una, bakit natin kailangan? Kasi gusto natin yung ating heart and lungs ay mag-function ng efficient. Sa cardiovascular exercises po natin yan, mai-improve. Gagamitin natin ang cardiovascular exercises. Paano po natin gagawin ito? Okay, so ito po mga example ng cardiovascular exercises. Yung una po ay walking. Ito po sa akin highly recommended kasi medyo unang-una, naglalakad naman talaga tayo at kailangan natin maglakad. Alam niyo po ba yung term na if you don't use it, you lose it? Ganyan po yan. If you don't walk, then you will not walk when you get older. Hindi ba? So, pinakamaganda po sa tingin ko ito only because it is unang-una magagamit natin sa everyday life, nagagamit na natin sa everyday life natin. At saka pwede rin natin siyang isama dun sa ating activity for the day. Kunyari, pupunta tayo sa isang errand, pwede na natin kayang lakarin na lang natin yun. At saka low maintenance po itong walking kasi kailangan nyo lang komportable yung footwear ninyo, kahit hindi na kailangan rubber shoes, basta komportable siya, hindi sasakit yung paa. At saka komportable na clothes. At saka kung talagang pang-exercise lang ang purpose, let's make sure that our environment is safe. Kunyari, hindi nyo naman ito gagawin sa gitna ng daan, hindi ba? Kunyari, pupunta tayo sa park, let's make sure that the areas that we are walking into is safe. Walang mga potholes or be aware of that when we do this particular exercise. Biking, pwede rin. Swimming, pwede rin. Ang drawback lang po nitong dalawa, maganda to kasi low impact siya at saka in the case of swimming, non-impact siya. At saka nagagamit ang buong katawan. Dancing naman, for some of us who can't dance, this may not be something that you'd like to do. Pero ang masaya dito, masaya siya. Kung marunong kayo magsayaw o kahit magsayaw kayo nang hindi naman kailangan perfecto. Pupunta na tayo sa ating pangalawa na functional exercises. Okay, ang functional exercises po na gagamitin natin ay resistance. Ibig po sabihin ng functional ay mga exercises ng daily living, yung ginagawa natin araw-araw. Nimimimik niya, nagmimimik siya ng mga exercise ng movements na ginagawa natin everyday. Papakita ko po sa inyo yung example ng sit and stand. Ang exercise po na ito ay squat. Pansinin niyo, upo, tatayo, at papansinin niyo na may movement ng arms pataas. Iminimimik din po ito yung movement na nagtataas kayo ng bagay. From the floor to the ceiling or from the top of your head to lower it down. Okay? At papansinin niyo din yung postural position natin dito ay strong, ang hindi bumabaluktot ang likod kagaya nito. Papansinin niyo dun sa second na picture. Ang functional application po nito ay ito, yung mga pag-pick up ng mga bagay sa sahig para iakyat. Yun nga, importante na dito yung katawan natin nasa strong alignment. Next slide would be push. Pushing. Ang exercise po na halimbawa ko dito, papansinin nyo, ay nasa tuhod na push-ups. At ibababa nyo lang po yung sarili nyo sa floor. Pwede nyo rin po itong gawin na nakatayo against the wall or ang kamay nyo ay nasa chair para mag-push sa isang sturdy na chair. Ano po yung functional application nito? Kunyari, nasa supermarket kayo, nag-push kayo ng cart. Kunyari, mag-push kayo ng inyong sasakyan. O kaya may cabinet or gamit kayo sa bahay na kailangan nyo iurong, ilipat ng posisyon. Ito po yung gamit nyo na movement, push. Okay? Next is pull. Ito pong exercise na ito, ang kailangan nyo lang magkaroon ng isang bar na ganito. Pwede nyo itong gawin sa park. Kunyari, kung meron kayong park na malapit sa inyo, pwede nyo gawin yung nakahang kayo kung hindi kayo marunong hindi nyo pa kaya yung sarili nyo na i-pull papunta sa bar yung inyong katawan. Pansinin nyo din na nakadiagonal ng kaunti yung position ng aking example. Kasi po yung naka-upright talaga, yung nakahang, medyo kailangan ng maraming beses nyong i-exercise para abutin yung level ng competency doon o yung strength para gawin yun. Ano ang functional application nito? Kunyari, meron kayong haatake yung basurahan nyo o yung luggage ninyo sa airport. Ito yung mga option, ito ang ginagamit yung functional application ng pag-pull. Nagpo-pull kayo ng gamit ng galing sa likod. O kunyari, may aso kayo na tumatakbo palayo sa inyo, pinupull nyo din siya. O kaya nagpo-pull kayo ng bit ng aso kasi ganyan, ano ha? O kaya nag-pull kayo ng furniture also, pwede rin yun. O yung mabigat na door na kailangan yung i-pull para buksan. So, yung pulling action is an everyday life. So, ito po yung exercise para susunod, twist on or rotation. Rotation po, papansinin niyo yung alignment again. If you notice, the spine is strong and aligned. Tapos you are rotating from one side to the next side. Pwede niyo po itong gawin kung mahirap yung nakaupo ng ganito sa sahig. Pwedeng nakaupo kayo sa upuan, sa silya, at nagre-reach out to the side. Ang functional application po ninyo, kunyari hawak niyo yung apo niyo, tapos nagpo-pull out siya, gusto niya pumunta doon at bumili ng toy, papansinin niyo siya. Nagpo-pull na nga kayo, nakarotate pa yung katawan niyo para gawin yung pulling action na yun. Kagaya ng sinabi ko sa pulling kanina, nagpo-pull ng luggage, habang nagpo-pull kayo ng luggage niyo, nakarotate din yung katawan niyo sa isang side. Habang naglalakad kayo, nakausap niyo yung inyong kaibigan, nakarotate din po kayo ng kaunti para marinig siya. At saka, more importantly, gusto ko malaman yun na yung walking alone, just walking, already makes you rotate your body. When you step forward with one foot, mapapansin nyo, medyo maiiwan ng kaunti. Maliliit na rotation po yun, but rotation is part of your everyday life, especially when you're walking. In my opinion lang, at medyo may support na rin naman na yung nakakatulong ito sa pain prevention. Kasi oftentimes, yung pain na nararamdaman natin is due to our tightness in the joints. Mahirap umupo o kaya tumayo or mag-pick up ng things from the floor kasi po very tight. Hindi lang dahil hindi tayo malakas, kung hindi tight na yung ating mga joints sa hips or tight na yung joint natin sa tuhod. So, nakakatulong po magkaroon ng flexibility exercises at saka mobility exercises. Sa susunod po na slide, papakita ko itong mga halimbawa ng flexibility. Notice po na meron pong support lahat ito na ginagamit ng chair. Yung para mag-open ng chest, para mag-open ng ating sides, at saka ng side ng body, at saka side ng upper body, para mag-open ng back. Pansinin nyo din yung alignment na kailangan nyo i-maintain dito, at saka pansinin nyo din yung mindfulness na kailangan nyo dito. Kailangan aware kayo kasi otherwise, this will not be beneficial for you as much as it should. Okay, not that it will not be, but it will be better if you're mindful. Pansinin nyo yung glutes. Ibig sabihin ng glutes, yung puwet po at saka inner thigh. Ito po ay hip joint opener. Ito po ay shoulder, joint, and torso stretch. At ito po ay ang rotation stretch. I-hold po natin ng longer pag flexibility ang target natin. At saka i-hold po natin ng 10 seconds or less. O medyo nag-move pa siya, nag-flow yung movement pag tayo po ay gagawa ng mobility exercises. Hindi po lang kayo malilimit ng chair. Pwede nyo po gawin ito na walang chair. Pwede nyo gawin ito against the wall or on the floor as well. Okay? Sa bandang huli, kailangan po natin ng maayos na nutrition. Ito na po yung last sa aking mga suggestion. Hindi po ako nutritionist, so hindi po ako masyadong magbibigay ng maraming details about this. So, ang suggestion ko po dito ay, paano natin gagawin? Kumonsulta po tayo sa isang registered nutritionist at sana po ay sundin natin ang payo niya. Having said that, I'd like to give you now my tips. This is the last of our talk today. Unang-una, let's make sure that we are drinking enough water. Water po ang in particular kasi maraming magsasabi sa inyo, uminom kayo ng ganito, uminom kayo ng ganyan. Sa tingin ko po ay underrated ang tubig. Ang tubig ay walang calorie. Ang tubig ay nakakatulong sa ating mga functions in the body. It refreshes our body and more than anything, tubig is all that we need. Tapos we should eat moderately, which will help our nutrition, and before that, you have to ask a nutritionist paano ba yung pagkain natin. Pero eating moderately would start you off well already. Maging consistent tayo sa ating exercises at pagkain. pagkain. Ibig sabihin po nun, kung hindi natin gagawin natin ang ating exercises ng pagkain ng mabuti, hindi lang every month, once a month, kung hindi every time that we have to do it. To do them. Kunyari, sa suggestion ko kanina, 2 beses para sa resistance training at saka everyday para sa cardiovascular exercises at saka everyday para sa flexibility exercises. Ano po? Tapos, it's important also to get enough sleep. Alam ko medyo challenging yan pag tumatanda tayo. Pero let's try to rest, sleep in particular. So yung benefit na exercise ay lumalabas lang if we also sleep on it, in so many words. At saka be grateful. Be grateful that we woke up this morning and that be grateful that the day ended, that we are still whole and happy. And more importantly, we should stay positive, have a positive outlook in life, stay active, and let's all learn new things every day. Ito po ay bibigyan ko kayo ng last slide. Ito po ay para lang sample lang po ito ng ating schedule. Ito po yung sample schedule natin. Kunyari, sa isang linggo, ito po makikita nyo cardio at flexibility sa isang day, tapos yung mobility, cardio resistance sa isang day. Sa susunod na day, wala na yung resistance if you see this program. Nagpapasalamat din po ako sa bumubuo ng Get Fit, Stay Young for giving me an opportunity to share with you what I know. Maraming salamat through this email if you'd like to ask more questions about this. Thank you so much for your time and goodbye. Have a great week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that enlightening sharing. We have another guest today, Dr. Luisa Guinto, to talk about the mental or psychological part of aging.
Dr. Guinto is an associate professor and research director of the College of Human Kinetics, UP Diliman. She is a founding member of the Association of Sport and Exercise Psychology of the Philippines and treasurer of the Asian South Pacific Association of Sport Psychology. On top of all these, she is also a member of the Women in Sports Commission of the Philippine Olympic Committee and serves as executive board member of the International Association of PE and Sports for Girls and Women. Halina at pakinggan natin si Dr. Guinto.
Now, let's begin with a bit of brain vital statistics. Do you know that the adult brain weighs approximately 3 pounds, and that the size of this adult brain is more or less similar to a medium cauliflower? Now imagine that. Now this amazing brain of ours has multiple functions. On the left brain, we have the language center, our ability to remember facts, sequencing, mathematical ability, linear thinking, and thinking in words. On the right brain, we have our creativity, intuition, empathy, imagination, visualization, and holistic thinking. So all these functions we have, but of course in different configuration. Now, as we age, the normal brain ages as well. And approximately 10% neuron loss is experienced by age 90. And there are no large-scale addition of new neurons in the mature human brain. However, the good news is new synapses or connections among the neurons in our brain are formed throughout our lifespan, and we can actually modify our brain's capacity to do this. All right. So, there are changes in cognition that go with normal aging. Okay, so our intellectual abilities change over time. In fact, this improvement is experienced until late 30s and early 40s, okay? And then it kind of stabilizes by mid 50s or early 60s. Now, a change begins to occur in late 60s and becomes noticeable beyond mid 70s. Okay? Now, there are also memory changes in aging. This term seniors moment is normally associated with aging, no? So, many times in Filipino, we even have this term ay nauulyanin, no? Habang tumatanda tayo. Ano ba talagang nangyayari? Well, there are normal age-related memory conditions or problems. Okay. So one, forgetting where we put our car keys or eyeglasses. This is very common and normal, nothing to be alarmed about. Not remembering the names of people we haven't seen for several years, no? So for example, we're having reunions or parties or even these Zoom meetings where we see people we haven't seen for years, and it's very difficult to remember their names precisely because we haven't met them for years. And this is also related to aging. Or forgetting an item or two on a memorized shopping list. Okay, so we thought we knew everything we needed to buy, but when we're already at the shop or the grocery, we forget items that we had in our minds. Or forgetting why we went into a room in the first place. Isn't this very familiar? Can't we relate to this? However, there are memory changes which might be abnormal or a cause for concern. For example, forgetting relationships of close family members. For example, nakakalimutan na natin kung sino yung ating pamangkin or mga apo, okay? So, this is kind of worrisome, not only for the person but for the family members as well. Or putting things in odd places. So, for example, the keys to the house are normally hung by the door. Suddenly, they're found in the drawer or inside the refrigerator. Okay? Or forgetting an upcoming appointment or a special event like wedding or birthdays or anniversary, and still not remembering it after it is already reminded of us or pointed out to the person. Or getting lost in a familiar place while driving. It's like we're seeing it for the first time. Where am I? Okay, parang hindi ko ito alam to. But of course, we used to be driving there because it's a familiar place. So I'd like to share with you 4 strategies to stay mentally fit. Okay, first, maintain your general health. Second, exercise your body. Third, exercise your mind. And fourth, stay socially active and connected. Now, let's unpack these 4 strategies. Maintain your general health. Okay, we cannot emphasize this enough. Regular checkups. Okay, do not wait for you to feel something bad for you to have a checkup, because normally your condition will affect your mental fitness as well. Follow your physician's instructions to manage illnesses such as diabetes, cardiovascular health, etc. Because again, when you start experiencing these symptoms, definitely your mental health will be affected as well. Treat depression in all its symptoms. You do not have to suffer in silence. Approaching a mental health professional is as normal as consulting your dentist for pain in your teeth or consulting your cardiologist, okay? So identify also your sources of stress and take action to reduce them, because stress triggers a lot of mental health issues and physical illnesses as well. So let's chillax, okay? Relax and calm down, okay? Of course, follow good nutritional guidelines. Feeding your body is also feeding your brain. So whatever it is that you digest definitely affects your mind. And limit alcohol, definitely. Stop any form of recreational drug use and smoking. Okay, and definitely watch out for the quality of sleep, because this is critical for memory formation. It is when we rest well at night that our memories are formed. And it is also good for our general health. Second is to exercise our body. All right, exercising the body also makes our mind healthy. It oxygenates our brain. And we need to engage in appropriate aerobic exercise to make sure that our brains are well oxygenated. Okay, so what is aerobic exercise? Well, these are types of physical activities that emphasize the cardio and respiratory system workout. So here, the longer the duration of the exercise, the more involved our large muscle groups are when we repeat these movements. And of course, as in any exercise, it is very important to include proper warm-up and cool-down periods and stretching so that we can avoid muscle and joint injury. All right, so examples of aerobic exercises would be walking, jogging, running, rowing, cycling, and swimming. But of course, you have to always clear this with your physician. So when we talk about appropriate aerobic exercise, this would involve at least 20 minutes or longer of aerobic activity and achieving at least 60% maximum heart rate or ideally higher, and definitely with clearance from your doctor, and done 3 to 4 times per week. And then the third is exercise the mind as well. Okay, so science has found that the degree of education is the strongest buffer and one of the best predictors of later memory impairment. Now, this isn't correlated or associated with IQ, but education or continual learning or lifelong learning sets a pattern and a habit of reading, playing strategic games like even chess, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, whatever it is, that become lifelong exercises for the mind. So mentally stimulating activities protect the brain in ways that are poorly understood or appreciated. Okay? So we need to develop strategies also that address particular behavioral concerns, especially memory loss as we mature and age. Okay, so examples of this would be making notes and lists to avoid overburdening the mind to memorize several items. Okay, so we could even make humorous visual cues or images to remember where to put items or what to bring or what to buy in the list. We can also rehearse names and facts and items ahead of time, okay, so that we don't forget. And of course, doing one thing at a time helps. This whole myth of increased productivity as a result of multitasking is nothing but, as I said, a myth. And then, of course, to engage in brain exercises or what we call brain calisthenics. Okay, challenge the mind, whether it's learning a new craft or learning a new language or learning a new technology or activity, whatever it is. These activities stimulate the brain. Okay. Example, I'm going to show you this screen where there are words with colors, but the words are not necessarily congruent with the color of the font. Okay, so try to read these words by the color, not by the actual word itself. Okay, so this now is a form of a brain game or a calisthenics where we challenge ourselves. Okay, you may begin if you wish, but of course this is just an example. Fourth, stay socially active and connected. Well, while solitary activities to increase brain fitness are great, guess what? Group activities are even better. All right. So joining a book club, for example, or exchanging learnings, or best places to visit, or even restaurants to visit, is a good practice. All right, getting together, or joining music groups or choirs, even as a support member of the staff, no? Having dinner groups where you regularly get together with friends doesn't have to be in a fancy place, but it can even be as creative that who finds the best hole in the wall place, which is value for money. Okay, or playing cards in a group, or board games, which is also great for storytelling, like multitasking while playing. Also, board games like chess, which are very strategic and really encourages thinking while playing, or playing team sports, of course, appropriate to your age, no matter how simple, recreational, or even silly. Okay? So traveling also with friends, family, or groups is a very good way to be socially active and connected, especially because when you travel, your mind is very active in terms of, understanding new places and absorbing all of these experiences. And then, of course, attending webinars, lectures, and courses. And you know what? During this pandemic, a lot of free webinars and courses just like this, okay, are offered, and really helps us expand and continue the learning process. Okay, so let's look at all of these now and summarize the 4 strategies. Again, first is to maintain your general health. Second is to exercise the body. Third is to exercise your mind. And fourth is to stay socially active and connected. All right, so that's it for today. I hope we all learned from this segment. Thank you very much.
Here's a quick sharing of Geriatrician Dr. Florosita Reyes.
Dr. Reyes is a fellow at Philippine Geriatric Medicine. She treats patients at Southern Isabela Medical Center, formerly Southern Isabela General Hospital in Santiago City. So without further ado, let us listen to some of the helpful tips of Dr. Reyes.
Senior citizens, ano ang magagawa namin para mapanatili ang kalusugan?
The very first key of aging, before anything else, is to check your attitude. They said that attitude is everything. Okay, that is the power of mind over the body. Okay, so we have to maintain a positive attitude in order to gain an optimal aging. Eating smart and healthy. So there are ways to be healthy, no, through our nutrition. So we have to examine our relationship with the food. We have to eat a variety of nutritious food, and please don't skip breakfast. Okay. The next is get fit. Okay, so this is another key to embrace your golden years. Be physically active. Actually, there are 4 categories of exercise. We have, it is divided into 4. The first one is the balance. So when we talk of the balance, it would help you prevent falls. Okay, these are common to our older adults. Endurance exercises. It would increase your breathing and your heart rate. So an example are yung mga aerobics, yung mga aerobic movement. An example is our walking, jogging, dancing, swimming, climbing, meron ding biking. Okay? So try to be active throughout the day. And then avoid sitting. Avoid sitting for a longer period of time. Strength training. Okay, this has something to do with building your muscles, and you need this for a good circulation to maintain your healthy weight. So an example is yung strength. We have the lifting, pushing your free weights. You have to pull the resistance bands, okay? And then we need to be flexible. Stretching exercise, the last, no? It's the stretching exercise to keep your body flexible by stretching the muscles and tissues, and that holds your bones together, okay? So an example ng stretching, you have to do some stretch exercises that includes your shoulder, your back, the upper arm. You need to have a calf stretch and hamstring stretch. Yan. Another is physical activity in your life. Include physical activity in your life. And when you say this, we mean make it a priority. Dapat it would be a part of your routine, no? And then make it easy. Yung physical exercise natin or physical activity should be easy for you. Make it social, make it interesting, fun, and always bear in mind, since it's COVID pandemic, you have to do it with the physical distancing, and then you can much better siguro kung we'll do it outside, no? Okay? Next is the use of your brain. Yan. Socialization. No, you have to be, ngayon, socialization, we can use our computer, our laptops, internets, phone. Yun, that's the way we can do the socialization, and also with the family member as well. Mental stimulation, we can have playing cards, no, Sudoku. Kung marunong na tayo mag-Sudoku, we can do some Sudoku. We can also do we can use our cell phones, no? Cell phones, smartphones, video games, listening to a good music, and listening to the current events. Sabi nga nila na all dogs can learn new tricks. Okay? And don't forget to be safe. Okay, stay safe. So we have masks, we have face shield. We can use our helmets for motor vehicle safety. Yeah, so that can be one of the keys. Okay, and then know your numbers. Ano ba yung mga important numbers nating malaman? Of course, when you go to the hospital, you will better know ano ba ang cholesterol natin. So if it's more than 200. Delikado na yan. That's more than the normal. So we have to really taper down our fat intake, cholesterol intake. The triglycerides of more than 150 is already less than 150 dapat lang, no? Pag more than 150, that's abnormal. The blood pressure should be at least 120 to 120 over 80. The blood sugar should be less than 100. The body mass index should be 18 to 25, and our waist circumference for men should be less than 40, and then less than 35 for the women.
Bilang mga senior citizen, nagiging mainitin ang aming ulo o maiksi ang pasensya, ano pong tip ang may papayo niyo sa amin?
Okay, now, as I said earlier, you have to manage your stress. Now, how can you manage your stress? You change the situation. How can you manage the situation? You have to avoid the stressor. Dalawa lang kasi yan, stressor at saka, you have to avoid and accept. So you change the situation, you have to avoid the stressor and alter the stressor. Now, you change also your reaction. Paano? You accept the stressor and adapt to the stressor. Okay? That is how to manage your stress. Don't forget also to set aside your relaxation time. Connect with others. And don't forget yung sense of humor. Okay? That will unload your burden. Somehow, do something that you enjoy every day. As mentioned, no, kanina. Now, problem sometimes sa mga golden years, medyo nagdi-decrease na po yung time natin sa ating pagtulog. So you need to have a good sleep, a quality sleep, no, good quality ng sleep nito. And it is really very important because it is used for learning, memory. It can be for our metabolism and weight, for mood, heart health, and disease prevention. So it's really very important na magkaroon tayo ng enough sleep. Now, for sleep recommendations, we can use your bed. Use your bed for sleep and sex only. Okay. Now, ditch the screen. Some people would really go to sleep with monitors or with their cell phones. So, medyo mahihirapan talaga tayong matulog. Yan. And then restrict your time in bed if time spent in bed is lying awake. And then you exercise in the afternoon or early evening. Okay? Avoid caffeine. No caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol before going to bed. Then try to go to bed at the same time every night. So if, for example, every 9 o'clock, tulog na tayo. Yun na parang mayroon na tayong alarm sa ating. Then wake up the same time every morning. And keep in mind that daytime naps affects the nighttime sleep. So, minsan kasi when we sleep, when we have a nap that is more than an hour, minsan up to 4, syempre naaapektuhan natin yung sleep natin sa gabi. Okay? So, this one is take time for you. Me time, sabi nga, me time together with your loved ones, together with your spouses, ganyan. And then have a relaxation time, relax, laugh, and then create a bucket list. Okay? Be physically active.
Pagdating naman po sa nutrisyon, ano-ano po ba ang mga may papayo na dapat gawin?
Aging is inevitable. It's an inevitable process. Talagang dadating sa buhay ng bawat isa sa atin ang aging. But by embracing a healthy lifestyle throughout life, you will have a greater ability to engineer a positive approach to aging process. Okay? So, in summary, we've been talking more about lifestyle. I will just give you the 8 principles of healthy lifestyle, which is from the Weimar Institute in California. New Start. N starts meaning nutrition. E stands for exercise. W stands for water. S for sunshine. T temperance. A, air, R for rest, and trust in God. Okay? So, in conclusion, in the end, Abraham Lincoln says, it's not the years in your life that counts, it's the life in your years. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all our guests. Time is up for this week's Rise Up, Shape Up episode. Rise Up, Shape Up is brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission, Women in Sports. Again, this is your host, Tisha Abundo. Have a marvelous day.
Rise up and shape up.